Yeah, so I had this idea, right? I was going through these applications today online. A lot of jobs, quite frankly, I'm quite not qualified for yet at this time. And, I came across the idea in my mind that they should create assimilations, free assimilations online, like apps. For instance, an example would be assistant manager or manager. Just to give you a general rundown of responsibilities of a given position. Um, and just to be able to actually practice that for free as much as possible before you actually get out on the job. This could even be in relation to the trades for HVAC, perhaps an app that would allow you to charge a system or evacuate a system with the microns. Um, Even if it was an app just for a small, tiny fee, I should say, where you could practice for up to 6 months. And by the time you're ready to apply for the job, you already know how to do it. And that will cut down on the training uh, that will have to be provided long term because you would have practiced it. Kind of like on the job training when you go in there and you have to stay up to date with these programs that they have as far as policies go, regulations, new policies that are enforced, things of that nature. Yeah, I just think if they came out with an assimilation or some kind of training program that you could do for free online in whatever field that you're interested in, you could practice it as many times as you wanted to, basically, uh, until you became an expert at it. And I think that would be very beneficial. And that could pretty much apply to any career field out there. So I think it's a good idea. A lot of these places want you to have experience, and then you go in, and it's difficult to get in anywhere without experience, unless, of course, you know somebody. But the other benefit about having a simulation or something like that online where you can practice it is the fact that it's risk free, especially for trades and things like that. It poses less of a liability for the client. So you don't have to worry about your helper or an apprentice screwing up a job or wasting material. Just like a computer assimilation where you have plumbing, and then maybe somebody has to learn the national code. Um, they have to know the pitch of a pipe, or you know the diameters of given pipes in a household, main stack, secondary stack, venting, um, and just here's a house, right? So you have a house, you have the schematics laid out, and then it would kind of be like copying and pasting each given part and placing it accordingly with continuous practice in given different layout scenarios. So by the time they get out to the job, mentally, I understand hands on is different for the trades, but mentally, the important part is that they will know because they would have practiced the mathematics, the measurements, and the layout of a given house. Um, Copy and paste, drag it over to the proper position. Um, I've researched it online. I can't find one like that anywhere. I don't have the funding to get something like that started, but if I had money, I would definitely invest in something like that because I think it would do the world a great service. So if anyone out there does have revenue and they think this is a good idea, by all means take it because it will definitely improve the quality of life for everybody. Cuts down on liability. Um, just take these training programs that they incorporate in these given companies, but it's like usually in-house, so it's hard to find something like that for free online. I mean, from the research I've done, they do have programs out there like that, but they're usually foreign, from like overseas. The same general idea, or they cost like $60 or $70 from what I've seen. But if you could have something like that, that would be great. Just different scenarios on right and wrong, and you could even practice with people with live seminars, perhaps. I mean, the possibilities are limitless. So it's just my idea. Well, yeah, I think that's about it. If you had some program out there that you could pay for 6 months to get the training with that kind of simulation, hands-eye coordination, um, being better able to associate the topic at hand, practice that for 6 months, have a printout of some excellent score, some certificate you can show at a low cost. I think it would give people the opportunity to grow because I think people overall have a lot of potential. And unless you meet the requirements, and sometimes that's not even enough, you need to know somebody to get in somewhere that's legitimate. Like I'm talking about real benefits, um, 35,000 plus a year at the minimum. Um, Anything less than that, I mean, depending on the job, of course, internships and things like that, you could have the potential to make more. I've discussed this in previous videos I've made, but I think with technology the way it is, we should definitely be doing that. Yeah, I remember back in middle school, they would have assimilations for, airplanes, learning how to fly the airplane. You got the little gear thing up here, you would pull it back to, so the plane would go up like this, and then you would push it back down, and the plane would pitch down like that. Turning it, of course, would, you know, move the flaps on the plane itself or on the tail of the plane. And you would even do a crash course landing in different planes. Yeah, I think if they implemented that into positions such as anything, like I said, but for basic examples would be like assistant management or management positions. Um, then that would be great because that would give people the experience they need. And I think employers would be willing to hire more individuals if they could show that they've completed something for 6 months that's virtually free online, some kind of app uh, that demonstrates what they know without spending thousands of dollars on some college degree, especially if the position they're applying for is just average. So those are my thoughts. And I just wanted to share that. Maybe somebody out there who has the capital can develop it, because I think it would greatly improve people's lives overall. And if that happens, even if I don't get the credit for it, just because the idea is out there, somebody's free to take it who has means and a way to produce this. Um, and that's all I need for satisfaction, is knowing that this idea brought a difference to the world. So, thank you. Have a good night, guys.